What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to Legendary Hero Chronicles. I'm your hero, Ray, and this is where we save the world one game at a time. Also, where anybody can be a hero. Before we get started, please go follow us on Twitch for our live streams Saturday, Sunday, and Friday. Well, probably sounds better Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah, that sounds better. Much smoother. Also, shoot us a follow on Instagram. That page is up and running. And this video will be posted on YouTube. So please go subscribe to YouTube, like all the videos, comment on them, and share all the Legendary Hero Chronicles information with your friends, family, pets, professors, boss, stuffed animals, whoever. Share it. Let them know that it's just fun content, and if you jump on the live streams, you're gonna have fun playing video games, and of course saving the world at the same time. All right. So what I wanted to do is just bring you guys a video of some quick tips that I thought was really important early on in the game that you may or may not see if you look stuff up online. I know some people don't look stuff up because they're scared of spoilers, which I get. I hate being spoiled on stuff. And I will never try to purposely spoil anything. This video is spoiler free. And again, we're going to go through some quick tips. There's 3 that I really want to talk about. The first one really affected me on the playthrough. So if you caught the stream Saturday, this really affected me and I did not see anything about it. And I really think this is as amazing as the game is. This is something they need to change early on. So the first tip is do not accept any infinity missions early on in the game. I'd say do not accept any infinity missions unless they tell you specifically what infinity missions. So the infinity missions are the symbols with the orange. So if you see any of those orange symbols, do not go up to them. Run as far away possible early game. Because you may pick one. You might get lucky and be able to do one that you can do. But you're more than not, you're going to pick one that you necessarily cannot do easily. And there is one that's really, really, I'll say painful and aggravating. And of course, that's the one I ended up selecting early on. So the thing with these infinity missions, once you accept them, you cannot progress the main story. So once you accept them, you have to finish the infinity missions before you can progress the main story. And if you're not at a certain part in the game, some of these infinity missions, or most of them, can be very, very hard to do. And I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna give you a few details on the one I picked. So the infinity mission I had active was the repair job. This is a mission. It's right in the barracks. So you cannot miss it. Do not go up to it. I went up to it, I believe, in chapter 3, going into chapter 4, because I couldn't progress to chapter 4 without doing this, or chapter 5, one of them. So I just couldn't figure out. So I started to look stuff up. You cannot abandon these at all. Again, once you accept them, you have to finish them. So basically with this mission, you do it starts off fairly simple, but then there's I want to say a glitch or something they have to fix. You have to go get parts from a robot. You have to fight some of the robot aliens. The part they take you to, then it's they're like 45 or 46, in the 40s at a required 13 level mission, right? So there's no way we're beating those right now unless you hire bodyguards. We'll get to that tip later. But if you don't do that, so the way to get around that, if you end up mistakenly accepting the repair job, you have to load the screen to go to New LA and then load back, and then it'll tell you to go to a totally different area where you'll fight enemies that are your level. So that's how you get around that. The other piece to that is, let me get out of here, is you have to have be mining. So let's go to Frontier Nav right here. So don't quote me. Just want to make sure I got the right ones here. Okay. So FN site 118 and FN site, I think it's 115. You have to have, because those are the only two spots right now. There might be other spots, but the only two I know you have access to right now where you need white commandant. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm bad with names. We're going to call it white commandant. So you have to get white commandant. The only way you could do that is by mining resources. So in order to mine resources in this game, you have to find the FN site and then place a probe down. And then once you place the probe down, every 15 minutes you get it progressively goes. And then so every 15 minutes you have a chance of getting one of those three resources. Arc Sand Ore, White Commandant, or Lion Bane. You get any one of those three. So now it's a waiting game, and you need 5 of those White Commandant to progress the mission. So so it could take time and progress. So I say again, this is stuff that you really shouldn't have to do early game. But if you do end up doing this mission repair job, I say immediately go to these FN sites, place a probe down. Here, I would say just teleport, go off the ledge, and then you can walk right to this thing. It's on the beach. This one here, you want to drop down to anywhere in this lake right here. And then you're going to go up to a cave. And then that cave will take you right into where the FN sites. You're not going to be able to see the light till you get to the cave. So my best advice is do the FN sites first. Let it progressively start getting you the white commandant while you're doing everything else. You can even do that before you start the Infinity mission. Because then if you already have them, then it's less you got to do when you get to that part in the quest. And then that was pretty much it. That was so it literally took me about an hour to 2 hours to figure out how to progress the repair job because of the FN site probes and how to mine and all that stuff. So what I'm saying is my best advice is early on, do not do any Infinity missions unless they specifically tell you to do otherwise. Eventually, I'd say maybe once you get to chapter 6, start doing them. And they're, because you're going to eventually want to do them to get certain skills and certain arts. The next tip I want to touch on is your survey rewards. So when you do, this is huge. This is a game changer, and you could do this as soon as I want to say chapter 3. As soon as you're able to start probing, so you just basically go to the FN site, and then once you unlock the FN site, it's going to look like this, right? So once you go to the light and they'll give you a quest and teach you how to do it, but they don't teach you how to probe. So you go here, and then you just press the A button, and then you just pick one of these, right? And then now you're mining. So if you pick mining, you're going to end up, that helps you progress your Moranium level that you get. Research helps you progress your revenue, which is money. So I suggest maybe at some point when you can, if you're going around grinding, while you're grinding, look for FN sites, start placing these probes down. There's definitely a better way, a more strategic way to do this and get the most bang for your buck. Early on, I wouldn't worry about it. I would just play the game, enjoy the game, and as you get farther into the game, later game, and before you get to end game is when you want to start placing all these things in the right spots, right? But just a quick tip, when you go to it, you'll notice production. They all have a rank. Production A, revenue F, combat support. Combat support, worry about later. Really, the most important thing right now, I think, is production and revenue. So if you have production, goes with mining. So you want to place like a better mining probe there, you'll get more. And then revenue is more research. So you want to place, that's when, so if we got like revenue here, it's terrible. So like, let's see here. My controller's acting up. So here, revenue says A, so I put a research one down there, okay? So again, it's not hard to do. You can do it while you're grinding early on to get your level up, and it'll help you later on. So now once you do that, you're progressively getting resources. You're getting revenue. You're getting uranium. Eventually, you're gonna get these storage things that increases the storage limit of the uranium you can hold. And now, when you do that, then once you start doing that, you start unlocking survey rewards, which I think are huge rewards. So here you got energy chip, don't really know what that is. Storage probe at 15% is huge. But look at the credits. Once you get to 20%, you get 200k credits, money. Cha-ching. Like, that is insane. Clearly they're not stingy on money in this game. And then 400. And that's on top of what then you're already earning by doing, depending on how early you start probing. So this is crazy. And then this is just the main area you start off in. If you go, hang on. Say you go here, which is, you go here. Again, similar rewards. Another 200k. This one I didn't even start. But it's insane. Definitely take advantage. And while doing these survey rewards, you're going to get probes too. I'm sure energy clips are important. Not sure what that is yet. I'm still learning the game, just like I said. But I think survey rewards are definitely something that you can take advantage of early game, and it'll help you. Now, the last thing, leveling up. Leveling up, there's different ways. You could go... Oh, I think I select... Okay. So, leveling up, there's a couple different ways you can do this. One, you could go old school and just start fighting a bunch of battles. Two, one of the methods I've learned, and I actually got this from a fellow YouTuber who has really good content. He gave both these leveling up tips I'm going to tell you I learned from him. But yeah, you could go old school. See, they just have affinity. They're trying to lure you in with these affinity missions everywhere. Don't do it. Do not do it early game. Okay, so here you want to go in the barracks, go to network council. You do not need online for this. You do not need online for this. You're going to go down to accept support mission, and you are then going to go here to the grand plot. This mission, once you get going, is going to take you less than a minute. And then once you get stronger, it's going to take you maybe 20, 30 seconds. It'll help you level up. I did this method early on, and I did probably 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and I was able to gain 10 levels. The stronger you get in this game, it's going to help when you explore because you're not going to die as fast. At some point, though, and it will help when you fight early on, but once you start getting to stronger enemies, it doesn't matter what your level is, you need to know how to fight, if that makes sense, okay? So no matter how strong, if you get to level 99 and you're fighting some strong enemies, you're not going to beat them. Trust me, you need to eventually learn how to fight, okay? So, but it definitely will help you survive more the stronger you are. I ended up getting up to like level, I think 30 using both these methods, 35, and then I just been playing there, and then I just grinded recently. So that's the first method, and then you can do more of these too. And again, you don't need online. This next method you need online for. I'm gonna be lazy and just teleport here. And I learned this method from let's see, I want to make sure I say the guy's name right. Okay, Fuzzfinger Gaming. So both these methods I've seen on his video, so I want to give him a shout out and give him credit. Always, if I learn something from somewhere else, I'm giving you guys credit. As far as I haven't seen any videos that mention, it was in a lot of forums like Reddit and stuff about do not do infinity missions early game. So I felt the need to really spread that message, and that's probably going to be the title of this. Do not do infinity missions early on, unless they will specifically tell you which ones to do. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. This method for leveling up, you do need online. Okay, you do need online for this. So you're gonna go to Blade Council. Once you're online, it might not work because I'm not online yet. Okay, let me go online real quick. And you're just gonna go here, create private squad. It's gonna give you a code. Boom. Then you go over here. Okay, got that. Blade Scouting. So you want to go to Blade Scouting, and then you go here. And what's gonna happen is it's gonna pop any player that registered their blade here. You can pay their player to use them. So you'll see a bunch of different levels here. The cost per hour, again, you make heck of money, especially if you're farming probes. But just go through it. I just like looking at people's players, their ranks, and all that stuff. I just think this is cool. But yeah, you could pick 1, 2, 3 if you need to. When I did it, I picked 2. I think I picked, I don't know what levels I picked, but I picked 2. I went out and I started just fighting things. I was going up to the strongest things I could fight. Some I was beating, some I wasn't. And I just started doing that and farming materials while I was level grinding. So this is obviously the faster way to do it. But the other way is efficient too. So these are 2 ways you can level up. And that way, I call them bodyguards. So if you go there and get bodyguards, and then you go early game and you're leveling up, grinding, leveling up, going around looking for FN sites, you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, where you're preparing your resources to progressively increase out the game and you're leveling up. So now after doing that for like a couple hours, you're in position to be very, very successful. I'm not going to say the game is going to be easy, because no matter how strong you get, you have to learn how to fight and use the mechanics. But that's all I got for today. Follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more videos. All the streams get posted over to YouTube as well. If you'd like to play live or jump in live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, follow Legendary Hero Chronicles on Twitch. And then just for fun, follow us on Instagram. I post all updates with the channel on Instagram. Until then, stay gaming, stay watching, stay legendary. I'll see you on our next adventure. Stay blessed.